Have you ever thought, hey, I'd like to maybe do a sentiment analysis using an LLM and use some of my own data that I'm pipelining in with Knime? Come build a workflow with me. I actually have a workflow pre-built here. Up here at the top is where we are going to use the credentials configuration to provide our token to the OpenAI authenticator. The most important part here is in the OpenAI LLM selector, where we actually pick which model we're going to use. I have GPT 3.5 Turbo selected, and then we also are going to say how many tokens would we like the LLM to respond back with. Since I'm doing sentiment analysis here, and all I really care about is a response of positive, negative, or neutral, I keep the maximum response length short, and I also keep the temperature pretty low. Now, what's the data that we're actually going to send in here? Well, in this case, I'm using an example of airline tweets. So we have roughly 14,000 tweets here about various different airline companies, including the tweets themselves, but also some metadata like things like timestamps, and also the sentiment. So I do a little bit of filtering here, basically just to keep the text of the review itself. And then for the purposes of this analysis, I'm going to trim it down just to the top 25 tweets. I have to tell the LLM what it is that I want it to do with my data. So I have in this expression node basically a way to build a prompt. And I'm essentially going to tell the LLM, make sure that you take this incoming text, classify it as one of these three things, positive, negative, or neutral. Only one of those results is what I want. And we're going to create different prompts for each one of the tweets that are being input here. The LLM prompter is what actually takes the results of the text and classifies them. And you can see the response here as positive, negative, or neutral. Now, maybe it would be nice and easy to just quickly generate a bar chart. So I've done that here with a bar chart. I can open that in a window here and just see, actually, for these results, I have 13 positive, 9 negative, and then a couple unclassified here. Pretty straightforward to do. Of course, you can be more sophisticated with this approach with lots more tweets or a more elegant prompt, but you can see with just a few nodes that I've generated a quick and dirty sentiment analysis that's pretty effective.